Hi, I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Sean.
And you're listening to the Dead Baby Bear podcast.
Dead Baby Bear. Long story.
Welcome to the. I'll do the intro because we've been told we have it on good. We have good sources.
We've had good. It's tips from people that care about us and want us to do well.
Yeah, like your grandma thinking you got fat. You know, like when you haven't seen her and you go over. Oh, you've gotten quite fat.
Quite fat.
Isn't it weird how everybody has one of those people in their lives? Mm-hmm. That's somebody that's not afraid to tell you that you've gotten fat. Like, what kind of life have they had?
People are like, oh no, I want to help you, and I'm like, well, it doesn't help me. You think I don't know I've gotten fat? You think that I don't realize
No
it?
one's reaction to being called fat has ever been treadmill. It's always been burger.
Yeah, it's always depressed.
No one ever gets called fat and then immediately
I'm going to go work out.
Yeah, they never work out.
Is that
they
you
go.
guys trying to do an intro?
Yeah, this is us doing an intro.
Because anyways, look, we got some great
don't call
advice.
us fat. And
don't call us fat.
Welcome to the Dead Baby Bear podcast.
It's called the Dead Baby because somebody told us, a little birdie, a giant fucking fat wingless bird, if I may say. Guy's never been out of his nest. But no, he said that if people were listening who had never listened before, they'd be like, why the fuck did this thing... Oh, whoops, it started in the middle. And then, so the first thing they would do is fiddle around with their phone or whatever to rewind it.
Oh, are people that dumb?
Well, if they start a podcast between two people they've never heard, and then somebody's like... And
Jim
then the fence comes in, and you're like, whoa, wait, I must have missed something. Because they just started by saying, like, and then the fence. No one starts a podcast by saying, and then the fence.
We do.
So he said that that it should be given some kind of proper introduction.
Well, we should have a song, like maybe Jim can do a song because you're a musician as well, or we could collaborate with Carrie Unger.
Around the yard, like Daft Punk, but around the yard instead of world. 'Cause that's all we fucking do is hang out in the gut. I mean, I'm glad we have the yard.
I'm glad we have a yard and we're not doing this on Zoom.
But what is it called? It's Dead Baby Bear.
Yeah, our podcast is called the Dead Baby Bear Podcast.
And what is it even supposed to be about? Is there a theme to it, or anybody learning anything?
No.
Or...
I mean, if you're learning something, good for you. I
don't think you would be.
I learned you taught me why we're all pussies. I learned that.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So we are learning, actually.
That's right. So, yes. Well, we've learned so far in like 80 episodes is anybody who returned from war outside of a body bag is a coward. You either came home in a body bag or you're just a fucking giant puss. Oh, I won a war and stayed alive. I don't think so. It's the same thing as the Jews after the Holocaust, right? The Jews that got to Israel, like, we did it. And the Jews that were there were like, nah, I don't know what you got up to.
I don't fully agree. Are you talking about the Holocaust?
Well, yeah, because the Jews that...
They had no choice there. There were no heroes at the Holocaust. Like, oh, let me go into the showers for you. That wasn't happening.
No, I mean, you're all going in, right?
Yeah, you can't... No. I think that...
But no, what I'm saying is the Jews that went to those concentration camps and survived the Holocaust, like made it out the other end of it, made it out the other end of the chimney, those ones were... When they got to Israel, the Jews that were there resented them for years and were like, I don't know. I don't know what you got up to in there.
They resented Holocaust Jews?
They resented Holocaust survivors because they were like, how did you survive? There's no way you survived without doing something fucking terrible.
Oh my God.
You did their taxes or something.
Is this real? This was a real thing?
Yeah, because some of them did, many of them did survive by fucking doing taxes and working on Nazi write-offs and stuff.
Oh, I did my taxes for the first time. I think in my life
really?
I had
you
them
did
on
your
time.
Own fucking
no,
taxes?
God, no.
Who did your taxes?
My friend's wife, and she's great. If you need somebody to do your taxes, she's awesome. She does a lot of musicians' taxes and stuff. So
oh yeah, that's hard.
No, it is though. It's like my taxes
doing
are
musician's taxes.
No, because it's like the gig people.
They got that woofer. Can I write off a woofer? Can I write off a buffet that I didn't pay for, but I could say I did?
Basically, comedians. That's what she does.
Yeah, they're comedians.
But mine are very complicated, and I have a little bit of a bad relationship with the CRA. I owe money, so we're trying to get my taxes figured out and under control. But this is I think the first time in my life that I filed them on time. Because she messaged me, she goes, I noticed, a week before, I noticed you haven't gotten to me, and I just want to, say like you should
Wow,
probably
an
file on
accountant that
time.
reaches out.
She's great, and she's always trying to find ways to like.
And
get
why
my
did she
thing
want
done.
you to file on time instead
Because
of
I'm
late?
in trouble. They don't like me right now, and I gotta
Oh.
be good.
Do they call you once in a while and go, yo, what's up?
I don't answer my phone unless I know who's calling, and I don't ever check my voicemails. So I know that's a bad policy, but
Jesus
that's anxiety.
I like how Kathleen thinks she can get COVID from the phone.
That's called sticking my head in the sand and
fucking-
hoping everything goes away. But
Yeah,
I did
know
it.
I know comedians that didn't open their mail.
Oh, I opened my mail, and then
'Cause
it's
that's
upsetting.
that's when you've taken it too far.
Yeah,
When like mail comes and you're like, don't open it.
yeah.
I don't want to know what's inside of that.
Yeah.
Like just, I know direct energy. I know
I like being
they
oblivious.
keep changing the color of the envelope to try to fucking
Scare me.
He's like, I know this guy's not opening it, but maybe we can switch to orange envelopes.
He likes orange.
He'll get the hang of it. We'll go to fucking bright red direct energy envelopes and see if
Oh my God.
Lacombe finally pieces it together. So this is the Dead Baby Bear podcast, hosted
Yeah.
by
Sean LeConver.
and Kathleen McGee.
And we're sponsored by Northern Queen
Yeah,
edibles. I just
Northern
ate
Queen.
one.
You just ate a bunch, didn't you?
Just one. I ate a 15 milligram soda trio. They're also good.
Yeah.
And I eat them before bed every day.
Do you really?
I sleep so much better when I've had an edible. Like I even did an experiment where I didn't have one for like a whole week. And then I slept terrible that whole week. And then I'm like, well, that's it. 30 milligrams at night and I'm out. It's the best.
That's great. I gave my dad some
Yeah.
and cut him in little pieces like he's an infant. Like you cut up a kid's
Yeah.
carrots. So I cut up his cannabis candies, and then I noticed that, like 2 weeks, he was into it. He was like, "Oh yes, he liked it." And then one day I noticed, like, "Oh, you haven't asked for any more?" And he's like, "Oh, no."
Did he overdose?
And he's like, he said he had a nightmare,
Oh God.
and I'm like, "What? A nightmare?
Yeah,
Like that could happen any
without-
time.
yeah.
You're 71.
Yeah.
Nightmares have to be thick and fast at your age. Like you wake up like, I had a dream that I didn't wake up. Like, well, that could be tomorrow's reality.
Yeah,
It's not really
exactly.
a nightmare. It's a thing that could easily happen in real life.
Yeah.
So I think what constitutes a nightmare as you age should also change, because your life is
It's
a
a nightmare. Yeah.
Everything hurts. You can't move. You read
You
audiobooks
can't
for
see.
fun.
You can't hear.
You just drink shitty homemade wine. You know what I mean? Your life is hellish,
Oh God.
right? So what's a nightmare to somebody who lives that life?
Yeah, that's nothing.
Awful. It's something awful, right?
So because he had a nightmare, he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, he had one nightmare, and then he's like, "No, I blame cannabis for my nightmare."
That drives me nuts. Like people are always like, "Oh, I tried it once, and I had a bad time," or I ate a 100 milligram brownie once and I hated it. I'm like, yeah, of course you would. It's a 100 milligram brownie and you don't eat them. Like that would
It's
be
supposed
awful.
to kill you. It could kill you.
That would be
Your
awful.
body has to fight hard for you to not die.
Yeah.
If you've taken 100 milligrams of cannabis.
Like, but I am always like, it's so good. And even I have a friend who's got PTSD, and he said he started eating them, and he's like, I can sleep through the night. Like, he's like, I haven't been able to sleep through the night in forever.
Whenever I hear about PTSD, I always have to know, like, how'd you get it?
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean? There's different ones that I have different levels of respect for. Because I know people that have gotten PTSD from being a jail guard at a minimum security facility, and I'm like, oh, okay, like that.
Yeah, like at the ladies'
That'll
prison.
do. You know what I mean? The ladies' prison. Oh no, I saw one lady pull another lady's hair, and now I work at a car dealership. Like, you couldn't tough that out, Frankie? You couldn't fucking overcome that?
I wouldn't want to work in any prison.
Any prison? I'm trying to work in a prison. It'd be fun to work in a
You
prison.
work
don't you think?
at the one at Fort Saskatchewan?
I'd work at the maximum security one.
In Fort Saskatchewan?
Yeah, it's like close to Fort Saskatchewan.
I know
so
somebody
you
who
can-
works there.
Oh,
Do
really?
you want me to try and get you in?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's how it works.
I don't
at the
know.
At the max jail. You just can get a guy in like it's a fucking nightclub.
That's like
and you're
most jobs.
19.
But no. Most jobs, though, like that.
I don't want to wait for this lineup.
But most jobs, you get it because you know somebody. Like, that's how it works a lot nowadays.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll ask.
I like how you're like, that's how it works nowadays.
That's how
I've heard this saying that just started in 2020 called, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
it's so true.
What would your job be?
My job would be jail guard. So you'd monitor the the activities of
Yeah.
the inmates. That's kind of fun, right?
I don't think that would be fun at all,
Don't you
but
think
if
it'd be fun?
if that's your dream, I want you to live it.
I think it'd be fun to watch like two inmates, like one stab the other one with like a melted pen, and then you jump in like stop it, and then they have to
Then you
listen
get
to you because you have a
stabbed too.
badge and stuff.
Yeah, they really
It
listen
would
to
be
you.
like Shawshank, don't you think? A lot of batons.
But being surrounded by just like scum all day would make you. That would change a person. I don't. That's the same reason why I don't think anyone should be a cop for longer than a certain amount of time. Paramedic or like.
Do you think cop would make sense if it was like if we treated it like the Swedes do with the military, where it's like everybody has to be a cop for 2 years or
Yeah.
something? You have to do like some kind of community service for 2 years.
I
Whether
think
that
that
be like
maybe
you
not
work at a
being
food bank
police,
or you're
but yeah.
a cop or whatever. So like yeah,
Everybody
so
should have to do some form of community service for 2 years. I think that's like
that would be very helpful.
Even,
if
like,
people were like
rich people.
if half of the people that are in the adult population in Canada spent 2 years as like a police officer or a social worker or
to
a
see how
food bank,
hard
like,
it is.
Yeah, just to kind of be in the public, work with the public, and
Yeah.
have an understanding of how difficult those jobs are.
Yeah.
So that when they see like a video later, they're not like every cop is a fucking
Asshole.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just like this guy is.
Yeah. I mean, like, I had two cops come into our restaurant, and they, I was like, do you guys want to eat on the patio, or do you want to take it to go? They're like, we'll take it to eat in the truck. And I was like, thinking to myself, like, it's tacos. Like, why wouldn't you? Tacos are not, like, something that you just want to eat in the truck. And, like, so I'm like, okay. And then they walk back in with all their takeout stuff, and they're like, hey, it's hard to eat these in the truck, and we eat it on the patio. And I'm like, well, normally I would say no, because we don't let people take to-go stuff and just go and sit on the patio. But you're police, and you'll probably arrest me, so go ahead.
And then they laugh at you
Yeah,
on the
they
patio.
laughed. Yeah, you can be fun with cops.
Yeah, they don't mind.
They don't mind having fun once in
Yeah.
a while. I just like, yeah, no, I
You
think
know
a
what would be
lot
cool
of...
is like have a cool interaction with them where you're just being a normal human, but you're also videotaping the whole thing. You have your phone out and you're just like there's this
I've been
double-
told that if I'm around a cop, I need to videotape it. Doesn't matter what happens.
everything, no matter what.
Nothing. Is your body cam on right now?
Is your comedy career starting to take off now?
It's dying a really slow and painful death.
Oh, it's a little plant on your windowsill.
It's like, so, like, we're never gonna get back to, like, I was talking about this to someone else. I'm just like, if the future of comedy is Zoom shows and like weird outdoor shows, I don't want to be a stand-up comedian anymore. If I can't be in like clubs and having fun, it's not fun for me.
Yeah, I did. Like, I've had a bunch of time off, and then in this last week, I had like
You've been doing lots of Zoom
I had
shows.
6 Zoom shows in a week.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about them is now everybody, like when I first started doing a few Zoom shows, like it was like as soon as you turned on, like everybody had their camera on and their mic on.
Yeah.
It was like the early days of
and
so
Zoom
everybody's
comedy.
like, hello, hey. It's just like 39 people going, hey, oh, can you hear me? Oh, I can hear you.
But now it's been
And now everybody
adjusted.
is totally accustomed to what happens on there. So
Yeah.
the problem is, like, the good thing is everybody kind of has the online etiquette, but the
Yeah.
bad thing is everybody's got their camera off and everybody has their mic off.
So you're just talking to a blank screen.
Yeah. So like the 6 that I did, I would say 4 of them black screen.
And
Like,
no feedback. Nobody will type like yay or nothing.
Sometimes they'll have like emojis or
Yeah.
whatever, so there'll be like like a happy face emoji
Yeah.
floating around or something like it's just insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird because now everybody is like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, I know how to consume whatever, but I always have my camera and mic off.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey everybody, like turn your cameras and mics on if you want to, and then they're like,
No.
I'm not doing that. So
Do they pay okay, or are they like still
Yeah,
paying
it
like
pays
$50
okay.
a show?
no, it pays okay, but yeah, you're like, okay, well, I guess I don't, and the thing is, like, I don't even mind it because it's like, okay, what would my alternative have been?
Yeah.
Drive to Regina and do that same thing for a couple $100 more.
Yeah.
But now now I have to drive to fucking Regina.
Yeah.
To drive 7 hours, check into a hotel, have a nap, get showered up, and then I get to do the show. And there's going to be a couple ladies clinging their glasses, and one guy going ooh, and another table that won't be quiet.
Yeah.
And there's all these other, and you're like, well, I guess it was easier for me to just sit and be like, stand in front of my laptop and look at the green dot.
I miss
do
the
it.
road. I miss all that awful stuff. I miss going out every weekend, and I miss going and having fun and meeting people. I don't even care if it's a bad show. I miss it. I miss staying in dirty gross hotel rooms. Like, I really miss it. I don't want anything to do with Zoom. Like, I'm angry. Like, I'm so angry
You're
with
angry about it?
the way that the whole world is and the way that everything is, like, not changing anytime
Getting too
soon.
old, Kathleen. Like, you got to change with the times like me.
I'm just an angry old lady. I don't want to change with the times. Leave me alone. I don't.
Be a young guy like me. Be a young person like me and roll with it.
Yeah, but I love going. I've always loved going on the road. I've never been like. The only time I've ever been like, get me off the road is when I was on the road for 3 months straight, and it was not fun. And I was sleeping on couches.
I like going on the road with other people.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going by myself, I'm like, I could live without this.
I still don't even
not that
mind
bad,
going by
but-
myself because I'm very social, so I'll always like meet people in the town and
Yeah.
have fun with them.
That's
But-
true. Yeah, you're the kind of person like afterwards I'll be like, oh, Kathleen was awesome, and then
I just want to hang out.
and then if I go the next weekend, they're like, he was weird. He just like he just left.
Yeah, I'm a social person. I want to hang out after.
He said thanks, and he
Yeah.
was nice, but he was gone.
I want to get drunk and lie on the pool table.
Yeah, yeah. I'm back in my hotel room, like watching sports or something, doing something boring,
Yeah,
thinking about how bad the show was.
I think it's just miss being like social, just being able to be like, okay, let's go here and do something, or I just like, you can't even like go and hang out with people anymore, like, and we were told this was going to be a great summer.
We were told
it was going to be a great summer by the
Didn't really work out.
really credible politicians out there. No, I mean, like, you could still have a fucking hillbilly rodeo.
Oh yeah, people are angry about that. This is what is going to get weird now. Now we like to blame we blame all of COVID on like little anti-mask
Oh, yeah,
get-togethers
I know.
where we're like, you fucking Grace Life Church.
You know what I think it is,
These
though?
numbers are spiking because of
It's
you.
not
you
it's not
stupid
that we're
church.
blaming that. It's that people are pissed off because there are people that have been trying so fucking hard, that haven't been going to do stuff that they really want to do, that haven't been doing this, and then as soon as you see 3,000 people be like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, then you're just like, fuck you, we were almost
Yeah.
there, we were getting so close, and then you were just like, fuck it.
And
Like,
Grace Life Church isn't just like a regular
Ugh,
Christian
they're
organization.
gross.
Like they think the New Testament is like a fucking instruction manual.
they're the
Like,
evil kind of
they're-
church.
They're the ones that like think any rule of man, like any man-made rule, is
Yeah.
garbage. And then it's like, well, I got news for you, honey. The Bible's man-made. Like,
Yeah.
It's all fucking just made up shit
Yeah.
that we decided. You know, whether I don't know. It's kind of annoying, but
It's very annoying.
we're just gonna build fences around everything. That's
But
our
I-
solution. Just build fences.
It's so funny though, because like if you go on Twitter, you'll see people like the people that are acting about, this is what they're doing, they're turning us against each other now. That's what they wanted. The politicians wanted us to hate each other. I'm like, well, no, Dwayne from Borden or whatever. I've
Yeah.
always thought you were an idiot. I've never.
Yeah.
This is not new to me just
This
because
is
you're an
not the
anti-masker.
government. Yeah.
It's not the government that's like. It's you being a selfish asshole.
With your fucking Calvin P stickers. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just all Calvin P guys, right?
And like people are like, stop calling us inbred, stop calling us hillbillies. I'm like, stop acting like you are. Stop acting like you're an inbred hillbilly.
I'm gonna get a sticker that has the guy peeing on the word liberal. That ought to fucking teach
That'll
him.
show them.
That ought to
That'll
teach
show
him.
those liberals that never come to Borden or Bowden. I don't even know where that place
Doesn't
was.
even matter. They've got a maximum security facility, so they
They
must be
do.
rocking it. They're rocking it.
Why didn't they have the rodeo there?
I don't know.
That would have been fun.
We should both get jobs at the jail. That's what I was thinking. We'll get jobs at the I think they hire girls too, because girls can do it too.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Girls can also tase.
It's already awful being. Yeah, it's true. Girls can't taste. It's already awful
Have
being.
you seen girls tase? It's so funny.
It's already awful being a woman just walking around in the regular world. Can you imagine being a woman in a man's prison? How
a maximum security
disgusting it
prison?
would be
Oh,
all
God,
the
it'd be
time.
horrible. Yeah.
Like, I just can't even, like, I don't even want to experience
No.
a second of that.
it would take a special kind of female to be
Yeah.
like, you'd have to be an ex-server first of all.
yeah.
You'd have to have waitressing experience.
Yeah.
I don't think you could ever go from like not waitressing into the maximum security world.
Yeah.
You'd have to go straight from like, what can I get for you fellas?
Yeah,
Or,
you'd
like,
have
oh,
to be
you
a
can give me
people
your
person.
tits," and, like,
Yeah, you'd have to be a people person.
you have to be a people person. Yeah, and by people person I mean like used to harassment and abuse.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what people do to each other is harass and abuse each other.
Yeah.
We're either dead quiet or harassing.
Yeah.
That's it. There's not a lot of niceness happening.
No.
And more restrictions are coming.
Yeah,
It's gonna
they're
be
at like 6:00. They might have already announced them. It's 6:03. He'll be late. Our
Kenny
premier's
takes his
always
time.
late. He takes his
Congrats
time.
on the weight loss, Jason.
Although, you know what I love? That video of him dancing with his shirt tucked in will never get off the internet. It'll never be scrubbed. Just his, like, when he was real chubby and he looked like a fucking dumbass white dude, just white man dancing.
I mean, he's never gonna get his due for that weight loss.
No,
That's
oh God,
what
no.
makes me laugh so hard. Is the guy lost like 70 pounds? You know, he's looking good. Old
What is
Kenny,
that, body
old little
dysmorphia?
tiny
I
fucking
have body
scum, yeah.
dysmorphia for him. Like, I look at him, I'm like, I don't see a thin...
You're still fat.
You're
yeah.
still fat
You'll
to
always
me.
Be fat,
You're some
Kenny.
fat...
You'll always be a little fat fuck. Like, people still will post pictures of, like, that Trailer Park Boys shirtless guy,
Yeah,
Randy or whatever.
that's how I picture him
And it's
all
like,
the time.
And Kenny must be looking at that guy like, I'm fucking 100 pounds leaner than
Yeah.
that guy.
No, sorry, buddy.
I jog every day, and they still want me to be this guy who eats 90 fucking steaks.
Yeah, he probably has some very poor body image, but whatever.
I wonder what his wife's like other than Christian. Other
He's
than
not
obviously
married.
Christian. He's not married.
No.
Doesn't he have a girlfriend?
No.
He's a fucking politician bachelor.
Yeah, it's weird. That's why
That
I'm
is
like,
weird.
It's so. That's why, like, I just like the reason why he won is because he drove around in a pickup truck and was like, I'm part of the people of Alberta. I love oil, oil, oil. But he doesn't really even like.
It shows you what a freak he must be.
What did you say before, like this? Like you said, he's basically like, because like his base is the most terrible people. Like it's just like uneducated.
Yeah, well, I mean,
usually
in the context of today's politics, they are the
hillbillies that
COVID's
went to
not
the rodeo.
Real, stop counting, right? I mean, like they literally that's their was like they have signs at rallies that say stop counting.
Yeah.
Like okay, like,
Yeah.
that's a solution.
That's
man.
how democracy
Stop
works.
Counting. Like that. Science is bullshit. What's your answer? Stop counting. Okay, so the opposite of science.
Yeah.
So instead of collecting as much data as possible, it's lose the data, shred it, and keep fucking, living your life. That's not really the solution either, right? Like these
No.
are the two extremes: science,
Yeah.
data collection, changing narratives. And that's the thing too, is they're like fucking, well, remember last year we were supposed to do this, now it's this. And it's like, yeah, it's not rigid. That's
Things
what's great about
change,
it.
yeah.
That's what's great about science, is how it's not rigid. Right?
But the
Like,
Bible is always the
well,
same.
but then these scientists are fucking, it's always changing. But then we got to listen to them. And it's like, yeah, but yeah, it's changing. Isn't
Yeah.
that good? Isn't that shouldn't you like the fact
Oh,
that
they hate the word progress. Progress means bad to them. Progress triggers somebody like that into like, no, that means that everybody's allowed to do what I don't like them doing.
we'll
so,
just do Zoom. We'll just do
but
Zoom
they, so
comedy and
anyway,
sit
so like,
around.
but it's like even Trump had the same thing. He's like, he was embarrassed that these people, but he had to embrace them because they were like, we'll support you no matter what. We're dumb fucking idiots. And so now, like, Jason Kenney, like you said that you'd heard somewhere that, like, he was like, I can't believe this is my base. If this is my base, I wish it wasn't, or something.
Yeah, I think Trump has said things like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh yeah, these guys are the easiest to manipulate.
But I mean, like, but like I said, Jason Kenney is embarrassed of the people that support him. Like, they're not the people that you want. If you're a good human being, you don't want those people to be like,
It's like
championing
yeah,
you.
It's like if you're Ron White or something,
Larry the Cable Guy, yeah, the people that
Yeah,
love you.
you're like the blue collar comedy crew, and you're like, they probably, when they get to these towns, are like, we'll do the meet and greet,
Yeah.
but then we're gone. I mean, you don't want to hang out with these fucking people.
Yeah.
Like, these people are fucking, the kind of people that would come to a blue collar comedy tour show
Yeah.
are the kind of people that the blue collar comedians would be like, get me away from these people. Like, you're gonna have to fake a fire at 9:50.
Yeah.
If we can't get out of there by 9:50, pull the fire alarms, because I can't talk to these fucking people
And I don't.
unless I'm making a sale off of them.
I also don't want people to be like, oh, you hate all people from small towns. I'm like, absolutely not. I like, small towns are like one of my favorite places to go visit. I might live in a small town one day, but I do know that when I go to a small town, there is a percentage of people that are exactly what you think is going to be there, and they never disappoint. And like, there's some really great people living in small towns that I'm sure are embarrassed by what's happening in their
I
towns.
love small towns because it's like fun to watch, like Sim City slow motion death. It's like
Yeah.
the Sim City game that you never would have played, because it's just like you built up a town and then it slowly just
Yeah.
erodes to nothing. It's
Yeah.
like, we've got one lounge left and they do the mail out of there, and they get like, all of a sudden there's just this one hub of the community. Like everything runs out of one place because all the other stores have fucking shut down. And they just get used to the fact that, like, oh yeah, nobody goes to the hockey rink anymore, and the post office is shut down, and the police station doesn't.
Do you think that small towns are gonna like become a thing again? Like people are gonna start moving out there because of like,
No.
you can't afford, like people our age, people younger than us will not be able to afford a home. I've been like looking on Realtor.ca, just looking at homes, and it's like you can't get a good house in Edmonton for under $500,000. Which
but
is
there's always that reason why they're so cheap, right? You're like, well, I could buy something nice in Bruderheim.
Yeah.
And then you drive to Bruderheim and you're like, holy fuck, would this suck?
This would suck.
To be 45 minutes away from anything.
I want to be. That wouldn't suck. That's
Yeah, but
the
they got
part
a
that
good
wouldn't
pizza
suck for
place.
me. The part that would suck to me is like living around small town minded people with my ideals. I'd get in fights all the time. Nobody would be my friend in a small town.
You get used to just not talking about it.
I've gotten used to, like, I will start writing a tweet and then I just delete it. Because I'm just like, no, we're not tweeting that. You want to do it so bad, just don't. You're going to have something else come your way. Like, Facebook, I do not post anything political. There's no fucking way on Facebook. You just get attacked from all corners, and then people are fighting. People that don't know each other are fighting, and then certain people that comment on every fucking status on the internet come in.
Facebook is a horrible place to be if you're like a conspiracy person, because there's so many people on Facebook that are posting like, I got my vaccine.
Yeah.
I didn't even feel it. I put some numbing cream on my right arm. Don't you like numbing cream?
That's how I got my eyebrows microbladed.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, they numb your eyebrows. My first one, though, she was new to doing it. It's a friend of mine, and she didn't freeze me for the first round.
I'm gonna go grab my lighter.
She didn't freeze me for the first round. And microblading is like tattooing in brackets, like eyebrows on you. But like they have a little tiny scalpel where they just like make these like scratches, kind of like these little like eyebrow shaped like hair, and they just go along, and then they cover it in dye. But it feels like a little kitten finger just scratching your. It's not fun. But when they freeze it,
what would your eyebrows look like normally? Like if you hadn't like messed them up?
I didn't mess them up.
No, but I mean, made them look great. Like, I mean, what would they look like right now?
Well, this is like I have a very bald patch here from when I was a little kid and I hit my head on a clawfoot tub. I was running around. My parents had like one of those bathrooms where there's like an entrance in the bedroom and from the hallway. So we were running around. I don't know if I was chasing my brother or my brother was chasing me. And be quiet. Skateboard. Oh, a skateboard. Eugene has to investigate. So I was running around, and then I like tripped on the bath mat and smacked, and I hit the edge of a clawfoot tub. I was like probably 2, and I think I had to get a whole bunch of stitches up here, but my mom said, I don't remember it, but they had to like wrap me up like in a sheet. So I was like this, and my mom had to sit on me because they couldn't freeze when they were stitching because it was too close to my eye or something. Like there was, so when I was like 2 or 3 years old, I was like stitched. No freezing in my eyebrow like a hockey player.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
But so I would have had a bald spot there.
Moms are great like that. I was actually talking to somebody, Jason Dankers, he's a listener to this podcast. We were talking about like, because there was I don't know if I've talked about on the podcast before, like a guy who was a bully at school to me.
Yeah.
And then he went on to become like a very successful person with a very attractive wife and kids and a big house and a great job as a CEO or whatever.
You hate to see that.
Yeah, so bullies win, right?
Yeah.
Because like
that's awful.
I say it on stage about like bullying is only something we talk about negatively when you're in school.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you're outside of school and now you're just a realtor who was a bully, like nobody says, "Oh, he's a bully." Like no, he's got a huge house, a beautiful wife, 2 amazing cars.
He's having a great time.
His kids play AAA hockey. Like nobody's talking about him as a bully anymore. Mm-hmm. He's just a business savvy individual. But so this guy, living his best life, and then I noticed on Facebook that his wife is like full QAnon.
Oh God!
Like she's she drank the whole she ate the whole bottle of red pills, like everything,
God.
like and also on top of it, like thinks she is a spokesperson for the movement, like
she's
thinks
a good-looking
of herself
woman.
as a healer. Yeah, like she's a pretty like fitness model, so she's into. Of course, she got roped into it the way most women do through like alternative medicines,
Yeah.
alternative, like anti-pharma, anti-health.
What's that one that women love? Is it sniffing oils? Oh, what is that?
Essential oils and crystals and even like homeopathy and naturopaths and like just avoiding Western medicine because it's for profit or whatever. But I was talking to him about like having a QAnon dad is easy because dads can be marginalized. And if he's not Q, and his wife is going to be like, we need to be a fucking united front on this, okay?
Yeah.
Like I just feel like when I tell the kids to take their masks off at the hospital and you don't back me up, I just feel like that's such a slap in the face. Like we need to present this together. Like we have to be in this together, and he has to be like, yeah.
I agree with you because women can get what they want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's like she would just be like every time you deny
Because our grandmothers were not allowed to go to war.
right. So they'd be like every time you deny vaccine injury, it just makes me not want to have sex with you. So like he would slowly get red pilled just because he needs pussy,
to.
right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He needs pussy, and so he's got to be like, kids, listen to your mother to come inside before the demons get here at 6. Like you'd have to be totally on board with Q Mom's policies.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, you'd be instantly divorced. And so this guy has been with this woman for years, fully red pilled. And so obviously he's playing the game of like whatever Q Mom says. Like, yeah, no kids, that's right. We aren't getting vaccinated because, you've seen the Q-tip video your mom shared where the little pieces of fluff turned into microchips, and like he's just got to go for all of it, the whole thing. It's awesome.
Oh my god!
So I
that's
finally
hilarious.
win. I finally win.
You have won. You have definitely
I finally
won.
win. The super successful dude has a way shittier day-to-day living experience than I do.
That's all you could ever want.
That's all you could ever want.
That's all
is
you
for
could
your
ever
enemies
want.
to be worse off than
Oh
you.
my god, yes. Yeah. There's nothing like having an enemy that's winning. Ugh.
Ugh.
That's just like painful. That's just like really painful.
That's the thing too. Like in comedy, it doesn't matter. In comedy, it's like, oh, I hope the people that I don't like aren't successful. It doesn't matter because most of the people that you are rooting against, or maybe like one or two or three of those types of people, they think they're doing great anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
whether you are like, oh good, finally they must now realize that they've failed, and that's kind of fun. And then if you were at a barbecue with them, they'd be like, well, as you see, I did, they've got
28 Zoom
they've got
shows last
100
week.
stories about how they're killing it, and they don't even, are you still doing it? Or, yeah, so like, it doesn't matter. Everybody just pretends they're doing good anyway. But if your wife's Q, you can't pretend everything's going well. Like when everybody's at home and it's chemtrail Thursdays, and like you have to stay inside because that's when the most planes fly overhead.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's hard to have a good life when those things are happening. And then your wife is saying things like, well, Margaret and I got to talking last night, and you're like, who's Margaret? Who's Margaret? She's got 9 million followers on Instagram, and she makes these videos out of Ireland where she talks about the vaccines killing everybody. And me and her got to yip-yapping. And you're like, holy fuck. This is awful. What has my life become? And your kids are asking you questions. Mom said that, and you're like, yep.
Mom's right.
You listen to your mother. She loves you guys. Boy, does she love you guys. Who wants ice cream? Gotta change the subject every fucking 30 seconds.
That is something fun to do on Facebook, is just like go around and look at your enemies and like discover, or the people that were mean to you in high school, and just be like, oh good, your life really sucks more than mine. Like mine's not great, but it's not as bad as yours.
Yeah.
There's something we're terrible people, and I'm fine with admitting that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
There's nothing better than that.
I don't know if I have enemies. Like there's.
I'm not taking just people that like were dicks to you.
Fuck.
Yeah, those people. And I'm not saying like their whole life is falling apart. I'm saying they have like a bunch of kids.
One thing's going wrong.
They look older than me. We're the same age.
Like I didn't have kids, so I still look like
this. Or they've done so much to their face that you're like, Jesus.
And it's usually the natural moms that are like, do it natural anyways. See you at the Botox thing.
Yeah. I love Botox. It is really great. I
Is it good?
gotta
But
get
do
some.
you feel like when it starts to leave, you're like it gets like it's?
I don't
doesn't
feel
that
it
cause
leaving.
rapid sadness?
everything
like,
causes rapid
I'm
sadness,
just like
Sean.
so like most of us just look like shit.
What do you mean rapid sadness? What is
well,
rapid sadness?
if you get Botox,
Yeah.
then you're like, fuck, I look and feel amazing, right? And then it starts to leave.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
and then
and then
start
you're
to
like,
see it.
wow.
Yeah, but it stays for about 6 months.
I know, but then you see all the changes that would have naturally taken place over
Yeah.
the course of 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Just
So
watching yourself age quickly.
right.
Well,
because
whatever.
most of us
then you just
like
walk
6
yourself
months
back
of
to the Botox
aging-
place and get more.
6 months of aging, we don't even notice it.
Yeah.
But if you are watching Botox leave your face, then you get to see all that aging happening very quickly on
Yeah.
your face, and it must be sad. And then you just reload, go right to the Botox.
Yeah,
cycle.
that's where I am right now, Sean. It's I'm about 6 months post Botox, looking at my face, being like, "Oh my God, look at those wrinkles."
Oh no, it's coming in real good.
But I also enjoy.
How much does Botox cost? Is it costly?
It was actually cheaper than I thought it was going to be. Filler is way like when I got my lips done, that was way more expensive than Botox, and I thought Botox was extremely expensive, but I think it was like I don't know, like 100 and something for my forehead. I don't know.
That's not bad. Maybe,
And
should men do it? Do men do it?
Lots of men do it. Should
Yeah.
men do it? Many men do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Can you get it like for your testicles and stuff? Like, fucking
You just want smooth ass stuff, like
smooth-ass
smooth as a cue
testicles.
ball.
Yeah. Like super smooth testicles, so that I know exactly the moment I get cancer. You know what I mean? That tumor shows.
You want it to be,
I
like,
want the
almost
tumor to
clear.
show. I want the tumor to be very noticeable. To any love partner. Partner in love, you know?
Yes, that is a tumor.
Multiple lovers. I don't know.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
I was gonna do like because last time I did like a comedy story, like a road story.
Yeah. Somebody liked it a lot.
Probably one person.
Yeah,
did.
one person at least commented that they liked it too. So
Yeah. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
they said we liked Sean's story about being
Don't
on the
hold
road.
your dog like a fucking little.
She loves
prince.
being held like a baby. Look
Okay.
at her.
Oh, that's better. I don't mind that. But the up, she was like up. You know how mad my family gets at me for misgendering animals? They
You
get
can't get mad
fucking
about that.
mad. They do. They're like,
I think
it's a he.
your family does?
Yeah, like
Oh
because
my
I like to call all cats she.
I know. I think all cats are girls and all dogs are
Yeah, I
boys.
call all cats
Yeah.
she. I'm like, oh, look at her. And they're like, it's a fucking he. And I'm like, who gives a shit?
Technically, it's like a nothing because they
Nobody's
always get
fucking
neutered or
them.
spayed. No, yeah. They're-
Nobody's fucking them.
Yeah.
They're eunuchs.
Do you
right?
think that animals? I think we've talked about this before, but I'm like, I don't think animals get mad if they get misgendered.
No, they don't give a shit.
No, they
Look
don't.
at him. Look at Dottie, that great boy.
Yeah.
See? Doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
to
she
it.
didn't even look over here. Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna do like there was this other road story because
Yeah.
that one was kind of fun. Like what was that one about? That
Yeah.
one was like, oh, that was the first corporate that I did.
Yeah.
This one is like it sort of makes me out to be a pretty cool, but at the end it's not. Like I did a show in Banff for like really rich people.
Yeah.
There were like, and it was in Banff at the fancy hotel, the Fairmont or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had this like exclusive patio, and they were all like zillionaire. They were all like dressed to the nines, and so I went in and said hello to them, and then I went back to my room to get changed before the show, and I realized like I forgot all my dress clothes,
Oh. And you know what sucks?
like all of it.
If you don't fit into like a regular store's clothes, I don't know if that's ever happened to you. You got to find a specialty store, and you can never.
No, and this was like I'm already at the Banff
Springs Hotel.
Fairmont Hotel. Like it's not like you're right next to stores.
Yeah.
And if you are, you're next to a $900 pair of fucking track pants.
But at any hotel, it should be at a
They
Fairmont.
had-
Because
they
you could
had-
just talk to the staff. You're like, do you guys have a uniform that I could borrow?
I should have said that.
Yeah.
I could have said that, but I was like, okay, fuck it. I guess I'm just living, so I just had like I think I had like track pants and a hoodie.
Yeah.
So then I have to go back down where everybody's like super dressed up.
Yeah.
And I'm just in a hoodie and track pants, so like just so underdressed. Like,
That's so funny.
just comically underdressed. And then I have to go and like speak to the organizer and be like, I'm so sorry, but like I dressed clothes. I think I made up a lie. I think I was like, oh, my kids. I think I said something about my kids.
Yeah, well, that's why
I
you
tried
have
to blame,
kids.
yeah.
To have
I was
a
like,
reason
tried
to
to blame
blame
it on my kids. Like, oh, I opened my suitcase and it was
their
all
toys.
Tonka trucks.
And that's a funny story.
Yeah, and they can go, oh yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know, sort of, not really at all. And look at how well dressed I am, and I would never let that happen. But I can see how dumb you are. So they fell for it, and then I was doing the show, and you could tell they were super rich because they had all these like, you know, just like extravagant prizes to give away that were all around the stage, like hockey jerseys and like tickets and trips to, you know,
Places.
Brazil and shit like that, and like
Brazil.
fucking, you know, different liners for your yachts and stuff, and you're like, oh my god!
And they were giving us away. It wasn't a silent auction.
Yeah, these guys were all like they were all like landlords, and like they were just ultra rich people, and I think like some of them might have been their clients, or I don't know, but so then I start doing the show, and it's going okay, I guess, and then I did like a joke about conservatives, and then after that joke, they were kind of like, really rich people don't care. Like, if you make fun of conservatives and they're all conservative, if they're really rich, they don't care. Like, it's just the poor ones. Poor conservatives will boo a joke.
And poor conservatives are richer than us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But poor conservatives will boo something if you make fun of conservatives. Rich conservatives are like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
We are weird like that.
We did do that.
We are greedy assholes.
But we're rich as fuck. Go fuck yourself. Only poor conservatives go down the boo. That just ain't right.
Oh, those dumb ones.
Communist.
I thought you meant like still the rich dumb ones.
No, these guys were, I don't know. But after those jokes, like, they started to realize, like, it started to become like a, you know, like a combative, sort of like a fun combative. Like they booed,
yeah,
like a little bit, like lightly booed. And then I was like, you rich pieces of shit. Like, so then, you know, I'm in a hoodie and track pants yelling at all these rich people. Like,
that sounds fun.
And then I had to do a prize giveaway. And some of them were jerseys, you know, like, so there was like a signed Mark Scheifele jersey, a signed Connor McDavid, like just thousands of dollars in prizes and giveaways. And then, so I had to give away some of these jerseys. So I had like a Mark Scheifele jersey signed from the Winnipeg Jets. And I'm like, and the winner of this is, and then I read the name. It's like Louise something or other. And then like,
it's always Louise.
One of these rich guys' wives stands up in like her $2,000 fucking grade 9 grad dress. And she starts sauntering to the stage like fucking purple teeth and like, I'm drunk. So then I was like, okay, whoa, like stop right there. You are married to, and then she like points at the guy, and I'm like, sir, did you make under or over $50 million last year? Go. And then he's like, oh, over, I guess. And I'm like, madam, have a great evening. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. We are not going to be giving away jerseys to people who make over $50 million a year, or anybody or their spouses. If you make over $50 million a year, get your own fucking
jersey.
Signed Mark Scheifele jersey. And then I look in the back, and there's like all these cooks and
they're loving
cleaning
it.
staff. And I was like, any Jets fans back there? And one guy's like, yeah! Like one like cook. He's standing beside these trays of buffet trays. And he's like, yeah, Jets! And I'm like, come on up here, sir. It's your lucky day. Here we go. Let's get you in a jersey. And then I give this cook this Mark Scheifele jersey. And he holds it up in front of the crowd like, yeah! And then, you know, the crowd's kind of laughing. And then I had the same thing with the next jersey. This is a signed Connor McDavid. It's supposed to go to so-and-so, but let's face
Give it
facts.
to the staff.
Like, over $50 million, sir? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, you're out of the running. Who back there? And then they're like, let's go Oilers. And then gave it to this lady. And so it was pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like you get to be Robin Hood.
That's like rich people. These are the same people that would go to those places where you're allowed to hunt people for the weekend. Like, it's the same thing. It's like they love they are so rich that they don't even give the shit if they're getting roasted or
No,
getting
they
like
love it.
they love it. They
Yeah,
just love
I'm rich,
anything.
and somebody's calling me rich. Like
And they love the
somebody
feeling
else
of like
is calling me rich.
I don't care if they take my signed Connor McDavid thing. I can go get
Fuck,
one tomorrow.
Yeah, I
like,
make $50 million fucking dollars.
and
Like,
then they love seeing poor people so fucking excited to be
Yeah.
getting something that they never would in their lifetime
yeah,
unless
and they're
they
like,
want
yeah,
it.
we can go buy that. Look at how excited he is, and
Yeah.
we can just go get it.
Yeah.
I'm the one who got those. You know,
Yeah.
Cindy did it. I didn't even check the account she took it out of. I don't know if it was $5 or $10,000. It doesn't
I
matter.
can't imagine opening your bank account and seeing like over $1 million.
Or how about never looking in your bank account because
and not
it never
even
matters.
it doesn't matter.
Never matters.
Oh
Imagine
my God.
never like.
I didn't even think about that. They don't
imagine
even have
being
to check
that-
every time they go to 7-Eleven. They don't have to open it up and make sure that they can
if
afford
your
it.
net, yeah.
Oh my God.
If your net worth, if your company makes like the siding that goes on RVs,
Yeah.
and you make $53.9 million a year, you've never been on online banking. You don't know. You don't have a password for online banking.
And you know what? You know when I know I'd be rich is if I put all my bills on auto bill.
Yeah.
Like if I had every bill that like no,
Yes.
just take it out. I
Yeah.
didn't even know. Oh, did I have to pay my phone bill this
Oh,
month?
that's
I
weird.
guess I did. Yeah, that's like I would die if my life.
But then the funny thing is, the rich people got back at me because at the end of the show, the organizer, like, he had to pretend that he liked it.
Yeah.
So he was just like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Like,
We told him to do that.
and then he didn't like my conservative jokes. So he, like, comes up to me like, yeah, you made fun of conservatives a lot, eh? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And then he's like, yeah, you're not going to get a lot of laughs from a group like this for that type of material because people in here pay taxes and stuff.
Oh, fuck off.
And I was
No,
like,
you don't.
Oh yeah, right on. And then and then it started to slowly dawn on me, like, I'm the guy who like roasted his prizes and gave them
Yeah.
away to the wrong people, and like he brought all these people here to curry favor with them to
Yeah.
like smooth over another $80 million transaction. And there I am, some fat guy in a fucking Nike hoodie, being like, "Sit down, Lorraine." So then he made fun of my jokes, and then afterwards he's like, "Oh, and I've got your check for you, but you're gonna have to go and get those jerseys back before we can settle up." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess I am gonna have to do that." So I had to go and get the jerseys back off of the poor people
No.
before I could
They
get
took
paid.
them back?
Yeah.
That's gross on their part.
But should I not have been like, no, I'm going to play this all the way through, and you can stuff that money right in your ass?
Well, yeah, if we weren't poor.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, if I wasn't a looky-loo on my online banking.
yeah, if you were making over $50 million a year, you wouldn't care. You would
What's
let
my
them
password?
keep it.
I don't know. I don't have any passwords. Yeah, like I just want to be rich enough to not have any passwords.
Oh God, yeah.
Somebody else takes care of that.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
But yeah, so I had to go with my tail between my legs and be like, "Hey guys, that was a fun game. Fuck, that was a fun game we played. Thanks for being in that sketch."
You know what?
They're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so not good at confrontation. I think I might have just been like, well, I just lost $1,500 or whatever, like,
Well,
because I'm not good at confrontation
right.
at all.
I think if they were like, "I'll fight you to keep this," I would have been like, "Okay," and then I would have gone back to him and said, unfortunately those jerseys are gone now."
Yeah.
But because everybody was just like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's fine," like they just gave the jerseys back. But yeah, so I had to be the ultimate poor guy, be like, on stage, I'm the big like, "Fuck you guys and your money, we're giving it away to real human beings." And then after the show, like, "Actually guys, I need to get paid, so please give those jerseys back." The whole thing was for show. I don't actually care about you or your plight. Fuck the Jets.
fucking
Fuck
hilarious.
you.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
your family. The chicken was dry. Give me the shifley back. So that's what I did.
Oh,
Oh, you got a new neighbor.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there right now.
Sexual tension. Is there sexual tension?
No, there's like trash all over the place, and then
Yeah, there is.
I
There's
think there are
trash.
homeless people living there,
Yeah.
squatting. I don't know.
Huh.
The
You live in a
person
weird
that
neighborhood.
I do, the person that owns this house needs to sell it. Like why are you holding on to this thing?
To be honest with you, if I owned a property, that's what I would do too. Is
But
pick
I
the
heard this guy's a
craziest
slumlord.
Oh, he is a slumlord. I mean, that the fence.
You heard right.
The fence isn't high enough. The fence isn't high enough to hide that. Your next door neighbor is a slumlord. His interview process for new tenants is definitely handled like by text.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, got your number from Sue. Can we move into your thing?
Yeah.
Yep. $650 locked in. Bye.
That's all you'll hear from me.
That's
Oh
all
my
I
God.
care about.
Yeah, no, it's
Once you've had like a group of drug dealers in and they didn't get kicked out, like the cops never.
I don't even know. I don't even want to think about what was going on over there.
Probably sex.
Yeah, probably lots of it.
Predominantly consensual. If that's
There,
a thing.
oh, that was the one fun part about those neighbors is like there would be like one night Adam woke me up at 3. He's like, I'm sorry I'm waking you up, but we gotta come and see this. And they like one of them, I don't know how it happened, was trapped under a car. I came out, there's like fire truck, ambulance, all in the backyard, like this lighting up the sky red. And then Adam was like, yeah, I guess one of them's under a car over there. I don't know how he got there, but he's under a car. So they bring the fire department comes and they have these bags that they stick under and then inflate them so they could
wow.
lift the car up and pull them out. Like that.
Couldn't they move the car a normal way? A car moves?
I guess if someone's under a car, they want to lift up, not pull straight down. I think lifting up rather than dragging down is.
Badoof, badoof, badoof. There you go. Now you're free. Thanks, I think.
So that was one. And then like, I mean, one night I got popcorn and sat and watched in that window because there was like a kerfuffle out front and then cops and everybody shows up and there's like 3 girls and I feel like they might have been getting paid to be there because they were mad about money. I'm like, I was like, this is entertaining, but after a while it gets like not entertaining. You could sometimes like even in my old neighborhood, like in my condo, like there'd be nightly like goings on. Like one time I was sitting at home and there was a guy passed out in the lawn across from by my balcony, and I was like watching him because I don't want him to be dead, but so I'm gonna watch and see if he moves. And I saw him moving and stuff, but he just was not getting up. So I called an ambulance. And they're like, well, is he breathing? I'm like, I'm not going out there to touch him. Like, this sounds awful, but I'm not getting that involved. I'm just telling you. But it was so funny because, like, the second you could hear a siren anywhere close to us, this guy who was comatose jumped up and ran away. He knew that the ambulance was coming. He knew it. So he was just like, yeah. Like, I was like, I thought
Instinct took over.
I thought he was dead or something. Like, it was like, I was getting worried. And then a second, you could even, the little tiniest sound of it, he just up and runs off.
I hope I never get that involved with drugs and alcohol where I hear a far off ambulance and I'm
run.
like, that's for me. See ya. Oh, there she is.
You know what? This is probably like those people's version of auto billing. They're like, I wish I'll know I'm recovered when I don't have to run from sirens.
Wouldn't it be cool to start producing a homeless person podcast? Where it's just like 2 homeless people that interview like other homeless people. So where are you in from? Like, that'd be kind of a fun, like your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like your fun neighbors. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. There is stuff on the front.
Yeah.
Just stuff.
There's a
Just
hockey floor
couches
hockey
and
table.
Floor hockey table.
Or,
just
yeah, air
out
hockey.
there. Just out there. Just on the yard. Not even in like a sales area where
Yeah.
like you put it on the end of your driveway and
Yeah.
it's like, come and get it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weirdly placed in the center of the lawn.
It's a good thing I'm renting here because I feel like if I owned this place, I'd be mad. You just to know that like this is what I live next to now. But it's taught me a lesson. When we house hunt, I will be going and looking at the next door neighbors' yards, and I'll be like, "What are the neighbors like here? Can we go meet them?" Because I don't want to have shitty neighbors. That's like my nightmare. My friends have a house in this one area, and I was like, if it ever goes up for sale, I just want to buy it so I can be your neighbor. Because wouldn't that be cool to just like know? Okay, I know I can live next to these people.
Yeah, and only your next door neighbor matters. Everybody else is an alien.
Who cares about 2 doors
It's
down,
only
1
your
door?
next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Like it's your next door neighbor on both sides, and that's it. Everybody else is a stranger, just like somebody from like fucking across town.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest sort of like, oh, it takes a village to no, it doesn't. Like fuck, everybody leaves everybody else's shit alone.
Yeah.
Now. Like there's no village raising kids now. It's like, why are you talking to my kids?
Yeah. Did you have like block parties when you were a kid?
No.
We had a block party every year, and like that was the social event of my year. Like it was like all the parents would just sit around this, like, we had like a crescent on our block, and they'd all just close off the crescent, and they would like all just sit there and get fucking wasted, and the kids would all play, and it was so much fun. But I don't think I've ever, as an adult, lived anywhere that had anything remotely like that.
In Fort Saskatchewan, it was always all the English people.
Yeah.
So there would just be like, 8 English families that would get together for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and the kids would have to be in the basement, and they weren't allowed to come up. So like we would be in the basement with snacks and whatever, TV and shit like that.
Yeah.
And we were not allowed to go up.
No.
No one was allowed to go up.
My parents were never making that rule.
The parents were partying and getting hammered up top, and we were downstairs, and there was no good reason for us to come up.
I never had a rule like you go down there and you stay down there all night, don't you dare come up. I always because I loved mingling with the drunk adults. One of my favorite things to do when I was a kid, my parents always curled, so they always did bonspiels, and like those are just literally like my mom would leave on a stretcher every time. But like when we were kids, they would let us up in the bar at the Crestwood curling rink where we weren't supposed to be. But during bonspiels, like they play all these games. They had this playing card game where you cut it in half and one person gets one and one person gets the other. When you find each other, you get a free drink. So my brother and I would go around. We're like, we'll go find your partner for $1. And we would do that, and there'd be like 150 people there. And we like made some money doing that. And it was because every adult was like, this is fun. Let these kids find my free drink. And like
the things you did for money when you were a kid.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like me and my friends used to go to this golf course and on Monday morning and take all their empty bottles and cans and stuff, and we would just steal all of it. So we would just go to this golf course that had 27 holes, and then we would go to all their garbage, like all their recycling stations on every hole, and just empty them into the back of our truck, and then go and cash them in the next day. And we thought we were like so smart.
Yeah.
But it's like that was a lot of work. And then there was one time where they were shooting a gun at us. Like the owner of the golf course
you were
came
stealing
out.
them?
Yeah, they were being stolen.
Oh, that would piss off a owner because that's money for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like for them, it's it pays for somebody to cut grass. Like it's like fucking $280 or something. So we were stealing it. Yeah, one time a guy came out and like fired a rifle into the sky and like scared us off with gunshots.
Did you shit yourself?
I was just like,
I would have shit myself if I heard it.
The next day I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is like, this is $60 each, and
we don't need money
our
this
lives
bad.
are on the line.
My nephew is really like a little like, he wanted the Death Star. Is that Star Wars?
Yeah.
Like the Lego Death Star, which is like $900 or $700 or something crazy. And he really wanted it. So I'm like, I guess they were like, well, save up and do it. And he did. Like, he saved up that much money. Like, he'd go to Folk Fest in Edmonton because they have this plate deposit. So you get, I think it's like a $2 for the plate, and then you have to bring it back and you get $2 back. And he would run up and down that hill saying, can I have your plate? I'm saving money. And everyone would be like, yeah. And he would like make $300 a night.
What?
In one night, I think.
This fucking Death Star
So he went.
Lego? Oh
he
my
went
God.
with his own money, and he went and he like they took him. It was really cute, and then he like went. It was like around his birthday too. Like he bought it as a birthday gift as well. But yeah, he saved all his birthday money, everything that he had. He'd saved it up, and he bought this Death Star. And I'm like, it was like really cute that he did that. But I don't know what the point of that story was.
That's where it went.
But that's where.
Yeah,
I know.
Your neighbors are very weird.
Okay,
They're just going in now.
They're in the house now?
Yeah.
Because they were not in the house before.
No. They're just hanging outside.
I don't like, and then this more, oh my God.
They're all inside now.
So for the last few nights, there's been a cat that's been running around screaming. Like woke me up at 4 a.m.
Not neutered, ready to fuck.
I just screaming. But then once I heard all these magpies and crows, and I heard the cat screaming. I thought they were attacking the cat because they do that. So like I come out in a robe like some old lady. I'm so embarrassing, like some old lady. And it was in my neighbor's yard, but I saw all these crows and magpies like not attacking, just being annoying to it. But then I'm like, you're the fucking cat. And then the other morning I went to let the dogs out at 6 a.m. to go pee. And my one cat she wants to get outside so badly. Like she's just like, I gotta get out of there. I gotta get out. And I'm like, I'm trying to let the dogs out without letting the cat out because I want to go back to bed and I don't want to wait for this fucking cat. And also I was worried that this cat was in the neighborhood and she'd get into a fight. And now that I'm thinking about it, she wanted to fuck it. Okay. But then I tried to stop the cat and she fucking attacked Dottie. Dottie was just sitting there, and the cat like attacked Dottie, and she was screaming, and the cat was hissing, and then the cat attacked my foot.
Oh my God, the cat did attack your
Just
foot.
because it wanted to go outside so bad. It didn't get out, but I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I'm like, there's that cat. And then yesterday there was a guy that's like, well, I guess I'll see you later, neighbor. I'm leaving. There's mold in the basement. I'm out of here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know you were in there. First of all, he had a cart with him filled with his stuff. So anyway, I'm not gonna make assumptions, but.
And this is a guy who cares about mold in the basement.
Yes, that's what I was thinking when he said that to me. But
you
anyway,
arrive
so
with
he
all
was
your
leaving.
possessions in a shopping cart and a little black shit on the walls in the basement is like, I'm not putting up with
But
this.
it wasn't about mold. He was not supposed to be there.
Oh, okay.
And so, but he was like, you were a really good neighbor, and I'm sorry that I have. Never my neighbor.
You better not go to some other neighbors and tell them that I was your
we
neighbor.
were never neighbors.
We were never neighbors. You, sir, are not my neighbor. That is a great power move over the fence.
I would much rather.
Hey, neighbor, you, sir,
Like if
are
you're gonna,
no neighbor of mine.
if you're gonna rent it like a dump out, rent it to like a group of like young guys that live next to me. Like, why can't someone
Well,
fun
at least
move
let them
in?
be ripped. Yeah, like if you're
No, I
gonna
don't
get
care
drug
about ripped. I
addicts.
just I would rather live next to a house that does a lot of parties, honestly, than like what I've been living.
Yeah, what is like a
Like
sinister,
you know, like a 20-year-old's house, you know, like
Yeah.
where you remember where you like lived when you were 20, and it was a disgusting house, but it was like $200 to live there.
It's
so
usually the timing, right? Like it's all about timing. Like Friday night at 9:30, the music gets loud and
Yeah.
people are loud, and you're like, this all makes sense.
Yeah.
But your neighbor situation has generally been like, it could be 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, and it's party time.
Yeah.
There was no rules, you know. Like
Yeah.
it's off-putting as a neighbor to be like, why is everybody talking like they're drunk and it's really loud over there
Yeah.
on Thursday morning? Oh,
it did happen in the morning all the time.
Oh, for sure, because they haven't gone to sleep yet.
Oh yeah, those people were up a lot.
This is how you can tell we're getting old. We're like, oh, these guys were up.
I know.
twice a
I just
week.
realized that on this podcast, I actually admitted to like running out into my yard in a fucking robe, like some old lady. Can I save you, cat?
I'm vaccinated. What kind did you get again? You were top of the
I got
podium, right? You got
Pfizer.
Pfizer. And when do you get your second shot?
It said we have to get it within 6 weeks or something, and that they would notify me.
Because Jim said he's getting the Johnson & Johnson, that he'll only take
He'll
the
only take Johnson & Johnson because he wants the one.
Yeah, he wants to take
one
the
and done.
risk.
One and done.
'Cause he wants to get back to work.
He's got to get back to work.
doesn't
He
wanna
wants to get
take
back
the
in that
time
office.
off.
He
Yeah.
hates working from home.
But Johnson & Johnson's the bad one, right? That's the clotter.
None of them are bad. Stop saying vaccines are bad. That's the clotter. That's where we start.
It's only one, but it'll clot you. And
It
kill
is
you.
really funny that the world we're living in, I told somebody I got Pfizer, and they were like, they acted like I got a Tesla. They're like, oh, how did you get that? And I was like, what? They're like, well, I had to get AstraZeneca. And I was like,
I feel like
okay.
you could pull like if we could get some Pfizer like metal emblems and put them on our car or something. Like,
Yeah, just
take the BMW out and put Pfizer. So you're just like the ultimate vaccine power move.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
hey,
thought it was-
everybody, what's up?
but people are.
Pfizer.
This is the world we live in. We're trying to get the best Like,
People are definitely vaccine shopping.
oh, absolutely. One of my friends was in a mom group with all these moms, and she got kicked out or she had to leave because the mom, she's like, oh, I'm going to get mine right away as soon as possible. And the other moms are like, well, we've heard that AstraZeneca is not like the best one, so we're going to wait a little while. And it's like, you're going to wait. You're allowed to go. Go fucking get it. Like, stop. Are they
See,
fighting
listen,
over
your
there?
neighbors are fighting. They just moved in.
Yeah.
What kind of housewarming is that? You're already in the middle of a domestic one day into your stay at a new home.
Well, that's telling. You should
That is
not
such
sign a
a-
lease with.
That is a terrible sign of things to come.
Thanks, John.
Like if me and my wife just moved into a new house, like we're in a new home. They probably were on the streets before
in
this.
their defense, like when Adam and I were moving, we were arguing all the time because moving.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot to bring in.
No.
They just had to empty the cart and then they were done.
It was like a trip to Costco.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of work to do. There was no deep freeze in the back of that U-Haul. So
This is gonna be
this is gonna be awful. They're already having like a boy-girl fight.
a boy.
The worst type of fight.
A pink blue fight.
A pink blue. Boy, have you ever, like, that's the worst type of verbal
Yeah.
fighting is a boy-girl fight.
Yeah. because
it's
women
just
are
like-
so mean and men are so dumb, and
Yeah.
like there's the chance that it could get physical, and it would be the worst if two guys get physical or two girls get physical. It's like, well, that's what happens. But when a man hits a woman, when a man hits a woman,
Right across the face
everybody
and
gets
no,
mad.
that's wrong.
Yeah. I literally thought of that at the same time. When a man hits a man, could that be our lead-in song?
Should that be our lead-in parody?
When a man
When a man hits a woman. No, but I wasn't even talking about hitting. I was just talking about the talking.
Yeah.
It's weird because they're not on the same planet. They're talking over each other and beside, like, well, you said that you're such a fucking, like, and they're arguing about. I don't even know what they were arguing about.
Who knows?
You should go hop the fence and find out.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. That's broken from last summer when one of the guys over there hopped over the fence, and then.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, this is a weird neighborhood.
Well, I'm just like, I feel bad for my friends because they own this house. But I'm like, yeah, like, but I love the house. The house is great,
yeah,
and the
it is a
yard is
great
fucking
area,
great,
yeah.
and that neighbor is fucking amazing.
It's close. It's close to train tracks and church bells.
Yeah, but you know what? I use that as a clock because every
The church bells.
Well, the church bells dings, but also that train always leaves at 1:45 and 1/2 So you're always every 15 minutes. It's like the things you learn in your
Okay,
neighborhood.
That's interesting.
But it is a great little house, but like, yeah, it's not always supposed to.
In Fort Saskatchewan, you'll hear like hoing, and you're like, it's either noon or there's a horrible release.
Is that like a school bell or something?
It's just like one hoi.
At noon?
Yeah, and it's always at noon, but it's also the same bell that if they had like a disaster happen.
Why? And have they always done this?
Yeah. So
For
you're like,
what
you
purpose?
hear and then you're like, oh, it's noon, good.
Is that
means
happen in
it's
all
not
small towns where they alert you that it's noon with a sound?
No, this is just like the plants, right? All the refineries and shit that are around there.
Oh, like
Like
it's not something
refineries
that like
blast
the
at
city
noon.
council was like every day at noon we're gonna
Every
make.
day at noon.
If I am elected mayor, I will make sure you always know when it's noon.
All you need to lose an election in Fort Saskatchewan is to reduce a speed somewhere.
to win an election.
To lose.
Or to
Like,
lose.
yeah,
Oh yes.
Every
yes,
single person in Fort Saskatchewan that's reduced a speed limit anywhere
Has been-
their career in politics has been over. That's how much these rednecks
yes.
care
The
about
speed
safety.
scandal. He was doing speed.
If
No,
you-
he
if-
lowered
yeah.
the speed.
Oh, he lowered the speed limit on this specific road from 80 to 70.
because two
Get
toddlers
him
was run
out of
over,
there.
but whatever.
And it's sort of an extension of COVID, right? Like people don't like their freedoms infringed upon, whether it's like COVID related or seat belts or speed. This
Yeah.
is awesome. Your neighbors are going at
Do
it.
you want to move in? Do you want to
Your
bring it?
neighbors
You
would
should.
love it. This is
You
so
should put a
great.
tent here all summer long.
Like they're not even afraid to have a full volume domestic dispute one day into it.
Not even a
One
day.
Not even a day into this.
No.
That's the first time they've been inside
Yes.
their house. They just got the keys.
Yeah.
The first thing they did was enter their new home and engage in a verbal fight
I
with each
mean,
other.
I'm not trying to give
christen-
people advice, but that's not someone you should move in with or share a life.
No. If you're like, well, where should our fridge be?
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. Like, there.
There's door
I
slamming.
mean, yeah, it's possible that that's his normal talking volume, but if it is, like,
That's loud.
Look out. Wait till they start fucking.
Oh my god.
If this is them having a conversation. So you're gonna have like these domestic fights and
Yeah.
then make up sex afterwards, and then
This summer's gonna be wild.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a wild summer.
Your cohort is just you listening to them.
It's just me too, because like Adam's gone and he's staying up for 2 weeks, not on his own accord. They're making him stay up because someone couldn't come back or something. So
They're
he's
making him stay.
well, yeah, like
He said.
I
yeah.
think he offered.
Yeah.
Because it was something like someone got a surgery and they didn't have enough recovery time or something. So he needs to stay up there he's been there for a month already. And now he has to stay up for 2 weeks. And it's like, great, because that's all overtime stuff. Like he gets paid well for it. But I'm
nice.
like, I even said, I'm like, are you sure? Because if I was up there for a month, I'd be going bananas. He's like, oh, I'm going bananas. But I'm like, okay, well, be safe or something.
Well, stay then.
But yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah,
if
so-
it's overtime.
But I like living by yourself is kind of fun. It's fun for like 3 weeks, and then it gets like, okay, the person that always brings me a water when I want one isn't here. I have to do it. He knows. That's a joke between us, but now it's between all
Bring
of
me
us.
the water. Yeah,
But-
no, you're right. Yeah, like I think, yeah, for sure. When your partner's gone for, you're like, this is nice. Like,
It's nice for a while.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is
for
nice
you
for
have
a
a
while.
mosquito right by your face.
Because you never have to, like, you know, because usually people are, like, questioning you.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Yeah.
Why are you, you know, the questions are gone.
Yeah.
You're used to, you know, like, oh, you've been sitting there a while.
Yeah, that.
Things like, how long have you been sitting there? It's always questions about how long you've been doing something. And it's the context is, why have you been doing it that long?
Yeah.
You know? So they're like, how long have you been doing that? And you're like, well, and then you're trying to shave an hour off of everything. So you're like, I don't know, for like a couple hours. And they're like, well, it's been more than 2 hours. Because, and then they've got to, you know, they can backtrack to a time before your timeline.
Because right as soon as I started watching YNR, you were sitting there, and I've watched it through.
Well, it's been longer than that. That's
been
for
longer
sure,
than an
because-
episode of
and
Young
then
and the
you're like,
Restless.
holy fuck. Yeah, maybe 3. Maybe it has been 3. Is that a problem?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not. No. Nope. So, yeah. So then when they're gone, you're like, the questions are gone. Nobody's asking me how long I've been doing this or
Yeah.
how long I'm planning on continuing to do it. But yeah, after a little while, you're like, I wish somebody would come back and ask me how long
How
I've been
long
doing
I've been
this.
sitting here for? Because I've been sitting here for a really long time,
And I just
don't
want
know.
somebody to ask me how long I've been doing it. I really miss the person that hates me being lazy. I really wish the person who resents my laziness would come
back and resent it.
Resent my laziness so that I wasn't so alone.
Yeah, I'm all alone.
Being lazy. I'm so fucking lazy. Yeah, then you're like, you get, you know, you're mad at yourself for how lazy you are. You're
Yeah.
like, you lazy fucking piece of
Oh,
shit.
I have to yell at myself, like, clean your room or do this or something.
I always have like one or two, like I'll have a to-do list with 100 things on it, and I'll get 98 of them done,
Yeah.
except for the 2 hard ones.
And you'll feel good about
Yeah,
yourself.
but
too.
they're at the top of the list.
Yeah.
They're at the top. There's these 2 items that are the main items. I've decided those are the things that fucking they better get done tomorrow. And I write them on the top, and then I write 98 other things, and then I accomplish the 98, and I'm like, whew. Well,
I deserve a break.
I deserve a breather. I guess I won't do those 2 things that I wrote at the top that were the top
Most
priority,
important.
that were the hardest to accomplish.
I deserve a break.
I've already called 4 people. Why should I sit down and learn a new skill? I've already written out my whole grocery list for tomorrow. Why would I improve myself? So, yeah, that's my life anyway. You start to miss the person who questions
Yeah.
your motives.
Yeah, and then you're all. I do
Like
everything.
Adam probably doesn't do that to you. He probably doesn't ask you like how long you've been doing something.
No, he always. But he does the opposite. He's the best. He's like, can I get you something? Can I do something?
Can I do something for you so you
Yeah.
can stop doing that?
He's too good for me. He's too
He
good.
probably is. He sees you doing something. It's like, how long you been doing that? Like he wants you to stop.
He wants to
doing
help.
it. Yeah,
he doesn't
like,
do it
stop it.
accusatory. He's
Yeah.
like, whoa, this shouldn't even be
Whoa,
happening.
Settle down.
Although that gets annoying too, though. Like sometimes I'm like, I can get it myself.
But I kind of don't want
But
to.
I don't want to. But he's trained me this way. Okay, I did not come like this.
That's the. I mean,
I'd become like, if we got it separated now, I'd be like, well, you're gonna have to hire me a maid because I've become accustomed
if I was
to
a
a certain.
woman, that's what I would struggle with the most is that inner battle between like, I can do that myself, you fucking
Yeah.
misogynist, and I don't want to do it, so can you do it? Right? That
Yeah.
battle of
I
like,
never say you fucking misogynist
wanna
because
prove to
that's not a good
you-
way to get a man to do it ever.
Right. That
So
is
you
a
just are like,
horrible way.
I'll
of
just do it
like,
myself. Thank you.
I'll try. I think I can do it. Oh, she thinks, does she?
Let's see how long this lasts.
I can't do it. Yeah, no, my wife will do. Yeah, she'll be like, she isn't gonna do it,
Yeah.
but she'll walk
Suggest
me
it?
through me doing. She'll walk me
Oh,
through me doing it.
okay. Yeah.
So she'll have a lot of questions for how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I've learned
She
that
won't do
lesson.
it, but she'll have a lot of questions for the way that I'm doing it.
I don't do that. I've learned
No.
that lesson. I'm like, if I want somebody to do something, I leave the room because I don't
Yeah.
want to be like, well, why didn't you do it this way? Because
Well,
I'm
I
like,
was gonna, and
yeah.
then it's like, well,
You don't wanna do
you
that.
want me to do it or not?
you don't want to do that. I've learned
Yeah.
that lesson. I have. It's not fun.
Yeah, you end up, one day you're homeless, the next day you're having a domestic fight in a house you just rented off
About
of
the new
somebody.
paper towel.
Did your interview via text? Oh God.
Oh
Well, they're
my
not
God.
fighting anymore, so they're just starting to get into foreplay. And they're just starting.
Have
to-
you ever heard it like just out of the blue?
Neighbor sex?
Yeah, neighbor
I don't
sex
think
or
I
like
have, no.
I was
Have you heard-
walking
Have
my
you heard neighbor sex, Jim?
No.
Because that would
Yeah,
be
in
weird.
your
In
building
your
with
old
all those
building.
seniors.
Responsible for some.
Oh,
You
probably,
have oh.
But the old ladies around you probably have their old teacup next to the wall.
There is
like,
that one that has on her
"Oh."
door like, please yell loudly when you
Yeah.
come so I can hear you.
Please yell loudly when you come. So that
Oh
I-
yeah, there you go. Please
Exactly.
not. That's exactly. And you
Courtesy
took
tap's
that
gonna-
literally.
Your courtesy tap's going to have to be a punch because I have numbness in my neck.
Suddenly, Jim is the president of the condo board because they're like, we really like Jim and his moves. He moved in.
What he does to the young girls. More than my husband ever did, I'll tell you.
I remember I was like walking my dog and I was like by at like a walk-up apartment and I like heard some like hard stuff going on. It was just like, wow, like I've never heard that before. I've never
that
been walking
girl's-
around and
I mean, did you ever think like that girl's lying? She's
oh,
not
I
into
knew
it,
if she
yeah.
was lying.
She's not that
There's
into
no
this.
way any girl is like. Guys need to know. No girls are like screaming and freaking out.
Not in
like,
real life.
Not in real life.
No. it's
And if
more
they
just
are,
like
they're
a-
doing it to stroke your ego and make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, they hate you the most because they want you to come faster.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I'm having the best time when I'm a little quieter because I'm concentrating.
I'm having the best time when I'm making no noise at all, laying there like a fucking dead
No,
shark.
not. I hate that. I hate that when nobody makes noise. That's weird.
You gotta make some noise? Well, guys aren't really known for noise making, are they? It's off-putting, isn't it?
No.
If a guy's like, whoa, whoa.
Well, if he's like that. If it sounds like he's vomiting instead of.
Yeah, but like he makes that noise.
Nobody
like,
wants
like
to-
a cat that's about to puke. It's sort of Hulk, Hulk, and you're like, what the fuck is? That's what he does when he's coming.
Can you imagine if somebody actually made those sounds?
Oh my god! Wow, that's the worst noise a guy can make when he's coming. Is that cat's about to puke? To sound like a cat's about to puke.
Oh my god. Oh, that's Eugene digging.
There's that church bell. There's the grace light.
Oh, I wonder what time it is. 7.
All right. Well,
It feels like
I
we've been
think
talking
we've got-
forever, but I think we've only just hit an hour. We did it.
No, it's been 45 minutes, or an hour 15.
Oh my god!
An hour and 15.
What the fuck?
We haven't even scratched our ticket that we're gonna
It
lose
hasn't
yet.
even really been a very good one.
No.
See, we
Yes!
I think we screwed it up by doing an intro. The
Yeah.
intro screwed it up.
I
It takes away the
honestly.
freshness of the
That's the thing I like about our podcast is we're
Just
not
tag an
like
intro
every
onto the start.
podcast.
tag and intro to the start. Yeah, because we're so dumb that we can't even be grown up enough to say, "Hi, this is what this is, and this is who we are, and now we're talking." We have to be like, "Now we're talking." We can't say who we are and what this is. It ruins the whole thing.
It's our aesthetic to be totally unprofessional. It's
Yeah,
our thing.
sometimes
What is our
there's
podcast
a reason
about?
why aesthetic rhymes with pathetic because it's so sad that we can't just say what this is.
When our podcast, when people ask what it is, we're like, we don't know and we don't care. That's what our aesthetic is.
True.
All
So
right.
did we? Which one is this?
This one is called a lucky gem, but I highly, highly doubt that it will be lucky. Because I think they're buying us packages of things. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to buy one, and we're going to see if the Northern Queen one wins or if we win. Because they keep buying packages. I'm like, you can't buy packages.
Do they not work?
Well, because there's always like one winner in the pack, but it's like for $2. I should start. This is like me. I'm a gambling scientist. I'm gonna do this experiment.
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna see.
Oh, trust fucking gambling scientist.
Always coming up with. This is taking me forever to do. Sorry.
That's okay.
We've already done an hour 14. It's a non-winning ticket.
It's a fucking non-winning life.
Oh, it is a non-winning life. It's a non-winning life.
For we've had a couple of terrible parodies today.
This is how sad I am too. Like, I discovered horrible things about myself. I'm an old lady that goes running out to her yard in the middle of the night to save a cat in her robe, and then I'm really into song parodies now. That's not good.
No, it's not.
That's like when a stand-up comedian starts doing song parodies, you're like, you're not doing well, are you?
When your neighbors are fighting and fucking all the time, and you're like, my life is so boring compared to theirs. I
Andrew-
wish we were fighting and fucking all the time.
Andrew Iwanek used to always make me do song parodies.
He used to always make me do my 9/11 jokes, like even in 2018. He'd be like, do your 9/11 joke. And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea, to do a joke from 2002.
Oh, you mean Tony's first fire?
Oh, no, not Tony's first fire. No, that was, no. The one that I used to do on stage was about me actually being there. Remember that one? Me being in the building and watching the plane hit.
Oh, a deep
being
knee bend?
above the impact point and jumping out the window and surviving by doing a deep knee bend that I learned in gym class in grade 7. And then I would mime out the
You
deep
would.
knee
That was
bend.
the best part.
Yeah, like,
You
and
would
then I
do-
landed like this. And then I would do like a deep knee bend with my hands out, like landing balance like you learned in gym.
I'm
And
sorry I shouted
never
out your
really-
punchline in the
Never
middle
really
of the
got a
joke,
lot
too.
of laughs, let's face it.
I laughed. It was such a good joke.
Never did that great.
Deep knee bend.
People would believe it, right? The audience would believe that I was there.
Until
like,
you
'cause I
said
would
deep
say,
knee.
like, I was in the building when it happened. And let me tell you something, it was a wild day. And people would be like, Jesus Christ, like, this guy was in New York City, like, in the building, above the impact point when it happened. And then you do, like, some ridiculous thing where you, like, you're like, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm jumping out the window. And, you know, and then as soon as they hear me say that, the whole crowd would turn on me and be like, fuck you. Seriously, dude, fuck off. Like,
And then would you
I
go,
probably would've-
ooh, too soon, too soon?
yeah, 6 months after. I think and then if I was in the audience, I'd think the same thing. Like, this guy's an asshole. Like, starts off this story where he's in the building for 9/11 and he survived it, and we all were supposed to respect and think he's a hero, and now it's all a joke. Oh well, the best 9/11 joke was always, did I ever talk about that on the podcast? What was his name? The guy who was from Alberta that moved
Boyd Banks?
out. Boyd Banks.
Yeah, tell this story, because I can never remember.
Yeah,
he did
he was like, right after 9/11.
He did it at
was
Spirits
like,
on the
hey,
Wednesday.
everybody, we're raising money for the widows of 9/11. We're trying to get as many dollars as we can into the pockets of those people, and what a tragic day. We're selling these shirts, and then it's on the shirt is a picture of the towers.
Oh, no.
And they're both smoldering. Like, you can see all this smoke rising up, and then underneath it says, "Who farted?"
He did that the day after 9/11.
Yeah.
Or the week after, maybe.
Yeah, like
maybe
the
not the
week
day
after,
after,
like,
but
yeah,
like
these
the
Who
first time
Farted.
they had the comedy back.
Yeah. These "Who farted" t-shirts.
Oh my God.
Did he make a whole bunch of them? Or did...
I think he might have just said it in the bit.
Can
where
you
he's like,
imagine-
we're selling these shirts, and they say this.
I guarantee you somebody could sell those today, though, because like people
Today,
would be
yeah.
like, that's funny actually now that it's
We
been
still
long
have a
enough
San
time.
Francisco for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
They would have those.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being on your podcast.
Yeah, it was always a pleasure. I hope we
Thanks
can
to Jim.
still
We can still
do
do
the
it.
yard. Yeah.
Don't you think we're allowed to?
I feel like we're so always distant and like mentally and physically distant. Like,
We're still allowed to do it, aren't we?
I think so. I don't know.
Probably. Fuck it.
We could be rebels, but then people would be like, "Oh, they're having a rodeo at Kathleen's backyard."
The Grace Life Pod.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you have to be a certain type of person to not feel shame.
Yeah, we don't. All right. Well, thanks for being on your podcast. We lost a ticket. It was a mediocre conversation, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and we kind of did an
When
intro.
you're doing a podcast every week, some of them are going to be duds.
This isn't a dud.
Well, it's not a dud, but it like landed, like
It didn't
if you
do a deep
were a
knee
listener,
bend.
if you were a listener of this podcast and you were like, I really need to laugh this week during my workout, you'd be like, oh fuck, oh boy, that one didn't hit the spot. We're like Mucho Burrito, but this time somebody made it wrong and there was way too much rice and not enough beef. That's what
the
this
best
podcast
analogy.
was. It really was. It was heavy on the rice,
Not a lot of
not
beef.
a lot of beef, and the seasoning was off. Felt like the seasoning tasted off. And it was loaded with rice, mostly. Which I normally like, but not in those quantities.
Not in that much of a burrito.
No. So that's what this was.
That's what it was.
But it was still a fucking burrito.
It was.
So eat it.
Burritos are good even when they're bad.
Right. Okay, well, thanks for being on it. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jim.
Dottie.
Thanks, animals.
Thanks, Eugene.
Thank you, new neighbors.
Thanks, new neighbors.